Hi everyone, welcome. This is Southend Paraquest. I'm Adam, you know and love, back with you even for the weekly vlog. Which I kind of wanted to do early this week, but plans kind of changed. There's a good reason for it, which I'll get onto in a moment. I've actually had the week off, so I had planned on getting away up to the Yorkshire area again because there's a couple of areas I want to explore. However, there's been certain tasks down here which meant I couldn't really do it, which is kind of disappointing, but I've still got 2.5 days holiday, so maybe I'll try and fit something in before the end of the year, which ain't that far away now if you think about it. But anyway, yeah, so I've had jobs to do which have kept me here and kept me busy, notwithstanding the most prevalent job I've had to do was on the Enterprise, and the tender as well that I bought as tender to the Enterprise, if that makes sense. It's something I'll probably talk about on my other channel when I get around to doing it. So I had jobs to do on the Enterprise. It's a 45-year-old boat. The window overs are 45 years old, hence broken up and brittle, letting air in and all that. So I did order some replacement seals, and I spent basically Monday fitting most of them. I've got one window left, and I've got the little ones to the side of the boat. So I've got them to do. I'm actually recording this from the dinette area, which is now finished. It's now a sort of multi-function area. Its primary use is as a dinette where you can eat, because my galley's just to the left of me, which if you go back to a vlog I done a couple of weeks ago, well, I'll just take you a guide tour through the boat so you can see everything. Well, anyway, the dinette area is now finished, so its primary function is a dinette where you can eat, obviously, dinette. It also functions as a spare double berth, where two people can sleep. You can drop the table down and then use the cushions to form a double. And it's now going to function as my workstation editing area. My PC and my monitor, you've got to think outside the box with space on boats, because there's not a lot of space. You've got storage, similar to, say, a caravan, for example, under seats and that sort of thing. There's no cupboards or wall, I've got one wardrobe, and that's tiny, and that's in there. But you've got it's hard to put furniture in for specific items like a computer desk. There just isn't the room, so you've got to think outside the box. That's what I did. So although you can see one of my monitor speakers is behind me, the tiny little things, I don't intrude too much. I did hit my head on that earlier when I was fishing around for things, but that's been the only time. Fortunately, they've been up about at least a week now. But it's a great little area for doing editing. And yeah, as you can see, this speaker's one to my right there. They're up on the wall, and then obviously you can't see it, not yet. I will do a thing on it. But my monitor and my tower are actually mounted onto the wall. So you're making the most of what space you've got available, and it's actually worked very well. So yeah, that's all good. As I say, and I've also got a new tender coming, which is on my Instagram. So I've been busy with that. I've had a bit of an ouchy moment with the outboard as well. Something I didn't expect, but that's a discussion for another time. So yeah, that was sort of Monday. Now Tuesday, the Honda Rebel I had on loan from my insurance company. We come to an agreement. Basically, it's gone back because I've had it long, and we didn't expect the claim to be going on for as long as it has, partly due to the other party denying their involvement in hitting me up the backside of my Thunderbird, despite pictures of their car, so on. But anyway, we did have a chat, and we come to an agreement. Basically, I took the Rebel back yesterday. I did a quick review of it. I'll upload it at some point on my other channel. And yeah, I was sorry to see it go, because I did enjoy riding it, but at the end of the day, I did have to go back. And with the weather now changing, as I pointed out to the insurance company, why, you know, it was good for me to have that, because, you know, during the spring, summer, and into autumn months, if the weather's dry, I want to be out on the bike that it's covering, which is my Thunderbird. That's the bike I'd like to be riding, you know, just for pleasure, or going to work and back, because although as much as I love my Africa Twin, it is a bulky bike. My Thunderbird, in comparison, isn't. So it's easy to filter. You know, it's got a punchy engine in it, and so on. So the Rebel was a good, you know, was a good temporary replacement for that. But yeah, as I said, with the weather drawing in now, I'm going to be, you know, the Africa Twin will be a more natural choice anyway. You know, and I've got the cars, so that's where we are. So that went back yesterday, and they gave me a time slot between 10 and 2, so I couldn't really do too much, because I couldn't stroll far away from the garage. What I did do was tinker around a little bit with the Silver Saab that I bought, which Paul's going to have at some point. Yeah, and get some old bits. There was one or two bits still in the garage that I had to move as well. So yeah, so that was Tuesday, and then I had some errands to run Tuesday, a bit of shopping and all that sort of thing. So now we come up to today. Today's been really interesting. Again, a lot of running around. Started off this morning. I met up with a nice guy called Ray, great fella. He come all the way down from Liverpool, doing one or two things, but one of his piqued interest was the Essex Boy murders. So sorry, I'm wobbling the table. This is sort of clamped up onto my table. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, chap called Ray come down, and you know, wanted to chew the fat over the Essex Boy murders, and you know, look at the lane and stuff for himself. So we had a good old chin wag and chew the fat and all that. And I then took him down to Rectory Lane in Southwood, and where Billy Jasper dropped off Mr. D. And yeah, of course, talking about that, because he's now looking into what everything that's been done over Billy Jasper. Now, one moment. Whilst we was having a conversation about Billy, Ray did suggest something, which I hadn't really thought of, to be honest. But it was a really good suggestion, and I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm going to do it on the next vlog. It won't be a long chat, but what Ray said was actually quite significant, I think. As I say, I will leave it for the vlog next week, so I can concentrate on that. Yeah, that was... yeah, Ray, if you're watching, great to meet you today, mate. That was food for thought, what you said. You know, I've been kind of thinking about it today, because we've had other things to do. I've had to take all my equipment round to Paul's, because tomorrow night we're doing an event up in St Osyth's with the pub that my son is in, and you know, his girlfriend, mother-in-law, and all that. They're doing a psychic event tomorrow night, and we're going to be doing some bits and pieces with the guests, because the pub is quite haunted, as we found out, and that area in general with St Osyth, it's yeah, it's a very interesting area. On the corner of the road where their pub is, it's called the Red Lion in St Osyth. So if you're ever up that area, go and check it out. It's a really nice pub. It's a few hundred years old. They do great grub in there, and you know, all manner of good drinks at reasonable prices. But on the corner of the road that the pub's situated, it's still there. There is a post that they hung witches from. So I say it's St Osyth is a small area, but a lot of history. Really, really interesting. So yeah, so I've given Paul my stuff. he's taking it up there tomorrow night. I've got to do a karaoke event, so I've got to be literally in 2 places at once tomorrow night. I've got my regular karaoke night to do because it's Halloween special, so we're all getting togged up and all the rest of it. Then we'll go straight from there up to Clacton. So hopefully about 1:30 in the morning to take through the second half of the psychic event, the paranormal event. So that's that is my week. It's just been crazy. We are going to get out again. We're looking not this weekend, next weekend, kind of a double thing, because Karen's joined us, but she's obviously not had the experience of Rettendon, so we're going to take her down to Workhouse Lane so Karen can see for herself and go through some of the history of what's happening down there, and be interesting to hear Karen's thoughts on it all. So that's one thing. We're going to pop up to St Andrew's Church in Ashington, which I've been to a couple of times now. The first visit was quite eye-opening, or enlightening, I should say. The second time was what it was. It was me and Paul and a young lady, and it was, it was what it was at the end of the day. But this time we're going up as a whole team, and it'll be interesting if we can see anything coming up. I suspect it will. So yeah, quite a busy time. I'm even back down in Ramsgate Tunnels Saturday night with the Ghost Hunter Tours team. We were supposed to go to Northfield, but no one messaged us, so we didn't go to that. But we'll do it next year, 100%. So yeah, anyway, carrying on. That's literally what we're doing next weekend. So the other thing to say, obviously, with the Rettendon thing happening again, I will do, just to reiterate, I'll discuss that little thing I chatted with Ray about. That'll be next week's vlog. Rettendon still in mind. Now, we mentioned on the last live stream, which was the Ask a Medium, the next 2 round tables. Now, the round table is the first Wednesday of the month, but the subjects for the next 2 will be the one that we're doing next week will be following up from the moon landings. I think that was a really interesting subject. We want to look at what is the moon. Want to look at that in more detail than rather the landings. Well, we'll cover a little bit of the landings, but we want to look at what we think the moon actually is in more detail. So that will be for the first Wednesday of November. The first Wednesday of December, off the top of my head, I think it might actually fall on the anniversary of the Rettendon murders, the Essex Boy murders. We will be talking about the Essex Boy murders. That will be for the first Wednesday of December. So the round table, the next 2 round tables, the November one will be moon landings continuation. The round table for the first Wednesday of December will be a Rettendon special, where you can talk to us, Gloria, Paul, Rudy, can also, and Karen, because she'd have been down there by that time. We will all be able to put forward all our thoughts and experiences and all that, and you'll be able to ask questions, all the rest of it. So that'd be a really good event, I think. And then obviously the Ask a Medium 3rd Monday of the month. Don't forget that as well. Now, I think I've probably waffled on quite enough. I'm going to get back to my coffee, watch me Star Trek. Well, I live on the Enterprise now, so it's rude not to. I think that's probably pretty much it at the moment. As I say, loads and loads of stuff going on. But yeah, it's hopefully things are settling down now. He says. Gonna leave it there. Love and light. God bless the lot of you. As I said, gonna have a quick chat about Billy Jasper next week with the conversation I had with Ray today, and I think you might find it quite interesting, if not illuminating. So thanks once again for watching, everyone. Love and light. God bless the lot of you. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy Halloween. Yeah, just go out and enjoy it. And it's probably worth reading up how it really started. Thanks again. Bye-bye.